survivalistseeds.com.
Hello, Ted Anderson. Listeners of the network are familiar with the Federal Reserve note and understand the risks of deficit spending. Therefore, with catastrophic events, it comes as no surprise that some banks have currently placed limits on the amount of cash depositors can remove from their accounts. A fractional reserve system means only a small portion of your deposit is held in reserve for immediate withdrawal. Deficit spending will skyrocket through FDIC if the government is forced to insure deposits during a bank run followed by a depressed economy. A current effort is underway by the Fed along with other central banks to increase liquidity for depositors. However, an increase in money supply without equal expansion in productivity can cause inflation. In order to achieve strength and stability, I recommend a conservative portion of all investments to be calmly repositioned into gold and silver. While paper investments currently have been driven by debt, gold on its own has held value for over 6,000 years. For more information, call 1-800-686-2237. That's 1-800-686-2237.
When you hear the words water purification, what comes to mind? If it's Berkey Water Purification Systems, this message is for you. Did you know that over 60% of municipal water contains fluoride at less than 2 cents per gallon? Berkey water filters purify treated and untreated water, remove dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and contaminants from municipal water. These filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, making them perfect for rainwater collection systems. From the smallest to the largest systems, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has what you need. With your system purchase, you'll receive a shower filter, a fluoride filter, or 2 sport Berkey bottles absolutely free. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com would like to offer GCN listeners 5% off all ceramic filter systems and ship all orders over $50 free of charge. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY today.
Everybody knows that the dice are loaded. Everybody rolls with their...
Okay, my friends, we're going to go straight to your phone calls, and then coming up, household cleaning products linked to breast cancer in a major long-term study. But it's also linked to ADHD, increases in cancer. That's because mainline household cleaning products are the derivatives of the oil industry and gasoline refining. They also spray it on the crops, and they know full well what they're doing. That's why 30 years ago, in a cancer ward, doctors would come from hundreds of miles around to see someone below the age of 10 who had cancer, and now there's children with cancer all over your neighborhood. You are being murdered. The question is, will you have the strength to research this? Well, we'll talk about that later. Let's talk to JP in Minnesota. JP, you're on the air. Welcome.
Alex, my brother in freedom and my sensei in the InfoWar. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
Alex, I had a few questions for you and a few points I wanted to share with you. I was all caught up on listening to your show last week. On Saturday, I had to drive into work, so I downloaded one of your older shows. I went searching through 2008, and I downloaded this episode where you interviewed Nick Begich. And it was an awesome, awesome show. Probably 5 minutes into the show, you were talking about the Internet and some news story at the time, and you were telling us that, you predicted flat out. You said in 2.5 years, mid-2010, Internet's dead, big attack, the globalists' own words, their own documents. So I thought that was just amazing to hear you back in 2008. You really laid it out what's going on right now.
Well, I believe I was, I don't remember the show 2 years ago. That would be 2 years ago now. That was mid-2008. I do remember interviewing Begich then, because his brother was running for the Senate and then won. But Begich, of course, a scientist, for those that just joined us, was on talking about a host of issues. But at that time, I was covering a British Ministry of Defense report where they were basically laying out what they were going to do, the global collapse, how they would use that to start the transfer of the web from free to unfree in 2010 into 2012. Nothing to do with the Mayan calendar. That's the government itself is saying they want to have this global system in by 2012. And there's mirrored documents in Defense Department statements, and also Internet 2, this private consortium, this corporate consortium that's spearheading the takeover of the web by these interests. So it's not really so much the end of the web, it's the end of the web as we know it, the end of the free web. But yes, I mean, I don't deserve any credit for that. I'm just going off their own documents.
Well, I know. It was just amazing to hear you lay it out, 2 years ago. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. But I want you to know I've been a long-time listener, a long-time activist fighting the cause, helping you out. I've been playing all your videos on the local cable access channel here in Washington County.
Beautiful.
We've got all of Jason Bermas's films playing, and now I just added the Secret of Oz and Money Masters and Don't Tread on Me. They're playing there as well. And by the way, that Don't Tread on Me, awesome film, awesome.
Well, it's awesome because it's filled. It's awesome because it's filled with real solutions to take the states and counties and sheriffs back.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. I'm like, this film, it isn't depressing, but it does address real issues. But it's all about solutions. And one of the biggest problems in America right now is we got to get people to wake up to, obviously, the whole banking fraud, private central bank, how all that works. But I think this, and speaking of which, in that movie, The Secret of Oz, they have Byron Dale, and I highly suggest that you interview him. I've gotten to know him over the years personally. I can give you his contact info if you'd like.
I think I interviewed him like a decade ago, but sure, give us the info. He'd be a good guest to have on.
Yeah, well, I won't give his number on air, but
no, obviously we can get it if we don't already have it. I'm saying send it to us. JP, I appreciate your call. Speaking of those films that you just mentioned, The Secret of Oz deals with how the banking cartel's taken over not just the U.S., but Iceland, Greece, the rest of the planet, and financial ways to reverse what they've done, monetary solutions. Of course, this film, Obama Deception, absolute vital viewing. Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. I'm in it. Edwin Vieira, Michael Bagnerick, and so many others that are in this important film. Richard Mack, all available at Infowars.com, and Invisible Empire, New Order Defined, that we produced, available at Infowars.com. We'll be back with more of your calls. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow, step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup, insurance, and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Thousands of Americans are facing evacuation. If you or any of your loved ones might need to evacuate, you must do it yourselves. Please don't procrastinate until they do it for you. Remember the terrible conditions of those that didn't get out for Katrina. Go right now to efoodsdirect.com/Alex or call 800-409-5633 for information on the new Evacuation Pack. It contains 2 weeks of delicious, easy-to-fix food, along with the equipment to prepare it. It's packed in a rugged, heavy-duty tote for transport. Evacuations are looming with the storms and the Gulf oil catastrophe. No matter where you live, wildfires, earthquakes, floods, and storms must be escaped. Don't be like a deer frozen in the headlights of oncoming disaster. At least prepare yourself with this 2-week evacuation pack from efoodsdirect.com. Call 800-409-5633.